Hey family, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm inside my office today. Hey Dr. Tamika, hey BB, hey Pamela, hey Mona. Y'all remind me of who's after me, cause I probably won't take up 15 minutes today. I'm gonna go on ahead and get started. You can hear me? Hey Amazing Ace, tell me what's your name. This the second time you've been in my scope. Thank you. Tell me your name, sweetie. Stacy. Hey Stacy. Okay, I'm going to go on ahead and get started. My name is Dominique DeFazier. For those of you that don't know me, I am a blended family coach and mediator. I assist single parents curate a strategy that will allow them to date on purpose, form and maintain healthy parenting partnerships, all while blending their families. So this week we are pretty much talking about what do you want and what do you need, okay, in terms of your relationship. And so before you can communicate what you want and what you need to first find out what you want and what you need. And part of that process is communicating. So yesterday we went over the 5 love languages. So if you missed that, you want to go back and catch the replay. Okay, today we're going to talk about the 4 different types of communication styles, where you fall into place with those communication styles, and where your partner may fall into place with their communication styles. All right. Hey, millions. So I'm going to go on ahead and give you all a story. All right. If you're ready for the story, give me a heart, like an actual heart, not tap the screen. Keep tapping the screen, but give me a heart if you're ready. Okay. Cool. All right, so for those of you that know that me and my ex, which is my daughter's father, we had a tumultuous relationship, to say the least. We were both equally emotionally and verbally abusive. All right, towards the end of our relationship, it got a bit physical. All right. And so, what I realized in retrospect, after taking the 2-year hiatus from dating, I realized that our communication styles were very different. We had got to the point where we were living in the same house, and the only way that we could talk to one another is if we text. So, like, I'm literally in my bedroom and he's in the garage, and that's how we communicated, through text messaging. And even then, like, if you're anything like me, when you're on a roll, like, you get all this stuff you want to say, you just typing, you not reading, you just, I got something for you, right? That's not communicating. So if you find yourself doing that in your relationship, you need to stop. And I mean, stop before it gets way too out of hand, because you all are not talking to one another. Actually, it wasn't uncomfortable, Stacy. It had become normal. That's not normal at all, but at the time that had become our norm. And I was so petty, I actually appreciated the text messages because I could go back and remind his ass of what he just said to me a week later. Because I'm petty like that. Like, I will remind you of what you said when you try to deny it, right? So I realized that our communication styles were absolutely different. And that's why when I talked to him, he didn't hear shit I had to say, and vice versa, right? So there are 4 different styles. So if you want the first one, give me a 1. Okay. So the first one is an analytical communicator. All right. An analytical communicator is all about facts and figures. They don't want all that touchy feely shit like that fluff. How BB say no fluff. They are absolutely no fluff. You can't come to them with emotion. If you want to talk to them, you have to give them facts and figures. So like if you say, hey babe, I kind of feel like we need to hang out more because I feel like we're growing apart. They gonna look at you like, so why do we need to spend more time together? So you got to give them the why. They're those kind of communicators. You have to give them the why. All right. The second one, if you're ready for the second one, give me a 2. And please heart it up, you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, so the second one is They are intuitive. All right. These people are all about the bigger picture. They don't need a lot of detail. Like, I'll give you a good example. My boyfriend, when we went away for the weekend, I told him, like, I think we should go away for the weekend. He was like, okay, how much is it going to cost me? Now, in my mind, I'm about to run down the hotel, the we went to the opera that particular weekend. So the tickets for the opera, the hotel, how much is it going to cost to eat, all of that kind of stuff. He's not that kind of communicator. He wants the bigger picture, like how much is this going to cost? So if you're trying to communicate with somebody that's intuitive, they don't need all the details. They don't need A, B, C, D, and E. They just need you to take them from point A to point Z. Okay? If you're ready for the third one, give me a 3. Ready for the third one? Give me a 3. Okay, cool. So the third one is functional. Okay, they are the opposite of intuitive. The functional person needs to know, for that same scenario, how much is this going to cost me for each one? So how much are those tickets going to cost? How much is it going to cost for you to get a dress? How much is it going to cost for dinner? How much is it going to cost for us to go down there and stay down there in a hotel? Those people need facts and figures, but they need you to take them from point A to point B to point C to point D. Okay? Those are functional people, functional communicators. Now the last one, give me a 4 if you want the last one. What you say, Key? The fourth one is personal. All right. And this is me. Well, depending on the situation, is me. But the fourth one is a personal communicator. They rely heavily on their emotions. All right. So they not only value the emotion from themselves to you, but they value the emotion from you to them. So a good example of this is, ever since I could remember, if you yell at me, if you raise your voice at me, I don't have anything for you. I will literally shut down. I will ignore you. I won't take in anything that you have to say to me. So I find that with female employers, they are very boisterous. They feel like they have to assert themselves, which is fine. But the way you communicate with me does not require for you to yell and scream and throw a tantrum, right? And so with my daughter's father, that's how we would communicate. I would make him mad, or, well, yeah, I'll take accountability. I would piss him off because I knew what his buttons were, right? His emotional triggers, Pamela. So I knew how to get under his skin. And so I would. And as a result, he would raise his voice at me. What about you raising your voice at me? I'm going to shut down. And I don't shut down like tuck my tail and run shut down. I shut down by simply not giving you what you want. I'm not going to give you what you want. You ain't got to yell at me. So I'm a personal communicator. And then intuitive is my secondary communication style. So it's very important that you understand what your communication style is first, and then what your partner's communication style is. If you find yourself at a crossroads where you feel like whatever you say is falling on deaf ears, it's probably because you're not communicating with that person the way that they need you to communicate with them. Okay, so the same way I told you all yesterday, you need to know that person's primary love language. You can't love someone the way that you want to be loved. Just like you can't communicate with somebody. There is a test, actually, and you know what? I'll do a post about it on my Instagram page because I don't have the link with me here, but I'll put it on my Instagram page so that if you want to go and take the test, you absolutely can. But there is a way for you to find out your primary communication styles, and it's very beneficial. I would suggest, if you're in a relationship, to maybe you all take it together. But if you're not, that's cool too. At least you know what you're working with at that point in time. Okay, so if you all find yourselves in this particular situation, it's probably a good reason why your relationships aren't working out. And if your relationships aren't working out, you're single. And if you're single, you're salty. And if you salty, you ain't never gonna get in a relationship. So, with that being said, you might need to review your relationship report. And your relationship report is just as important as your credit report. Your credit report tells a financial lender how much you can borrow for them, if you're even qualified to borrow from them. Your emotional credit reports are exactly the same way. If you don't have your relationship reports in order, it's a very good chance that you're not going to be able to get anyone to lend to you emotionally. And if you can't, ain't nothing wrong with being 28 with no kids and you single, if you don't mind that. But if you're ready to start dating again, then we might need to address what it is that's holding you back from being in a relationship. You got a billion people on this earth. Ain't nobody get married like that no more. Unfortunately, blended families are the new normal. So, why are you single? Is it by choice? Is it by choice? So if it's by choice, then that's cool. But if it's not by choice and you want to move out of your single status, then you got to figure out how to put yourself out there. What are you looking for? Do you know what you're looking for? Why do you want it? Can you handle it? My heart been broken too, boo. But that didn't stop me from going out there to snag my doctor, though. My new boo is a doctor. But I did the work, though. I was single for 2 years after I had my daughter. And my daughter's father, let me tell y'all this. I don't want to go over my time, but I'm going to tell you something real quick about these stories. Stop holding on to that shit. Stop holding on to them stories. My daughter's father had the audacity to have his mistress at his family functions. So imagine I'm going to his people crib for the Super Bowl party, surprise birthday party, babies parties, all types of damn Christmas holiday parties, Thanksgiving parties. It's this one woman that keeps sitting here looking at me every event I show up at. I don't care how much I speak to her. I come in the room, I say hi to everybody because that's just the way my mama raised me. When you walk in a room full of people, you say, hey, you introduce yourself. I come in, I'm saying hi to everybody. This bitch looking at me sideways. Why is she looking at me sideways? Because she just got done fucking my man a week ago. You think I wasn't hurt? You think I wasn't salty? So you have to understand that hurt is part of the process, right? Don't nobody go to Las Vegas. You can't lose faith in that. You ever gambled before? It's probably Periscope. So like when you go, if you ever gambled before, especially like in Las Vegas, if you go and gamble, you don't go and gamble with the intent of losing, right? When you go to gamble or you play cards, you play Uno, you play Pity Pat, you play Bizwiz, anything that requires money or an investment. You don't play to lose, you play to win. Love is no different. Now, either you're going to be a spectator or you're going to get in the game, right? And if you get in the game, you got to understand that there's a very good chance that you're going to lose something, but you're going to gain a lot, right? So as a result of that relationship with my daughter's father, I lost that relationship, but I gained a lot of knowledge about myself. I learned a lot about myself, right? That's why I have the capacity to meet somebody where they are. I understand that you mad about that breakup. You gave him everything. You did everything. You overextended yourself all the time. And then you still came up empty-handed? No, you didn't. Because what did you learn from it? What did you gain from it? Right? As long as you can identify what you gained from it, you won. Hands down, you won. You don't give up on love. You deserve to be in a relationship with somebody. God didn't intend for you to be here by yourself. He did not create you to be alone. He didn't create any of us to be alone. Exactly. And the minute you realize that, Stacy, that's when you can sit at a table with somebody like, yo, you ain't got nothing that I want. Move around. That's why it's important to get clear about who it is that you're marketing yourself to. Business is no different from personal. They both play into each other. Okay? So when you know what you're looking for, your niche, the relationship and the outcome was bad. It's not all bad, babe. You got to change your perspective. Because you still here. You here to tell the story. You here to help somebody else. Or better yet, you're a better person as a result of it. I guarantee you when you go into your next relationship, you're not going to do all the things that you did before. You're not going to be willing to bend over backwards as early in a relationship as you did in that last one. Like, I'm going to be completely honest with you. With my daughter's father, and I'm probably over my time. I'm sorry, y'all. With my daughter's father, I was cooking, I was cleaning, I was picking his kids up from school, I was dropping them off at school, I was the cheerleading coach, I was at the football games, at the cheerleading competitions, I was doing all that. Do you know how long it took for me to start cooking for this man that I'm with now? We've been together 2 years. I just started cooking like 3 months ago. 3 months ago. I'm not willing to give so much of myself up front. I learned that shit early on in that last relationship. That was the first bonus that I got. You can't give if you're not getting. So I'm very choosy about who I lend my emotional credit to. Like, you have to prove yourself worthy to get my emotional credit. And I don't care if it's something as simple as cooking or not, right? So I'm going to go on ahead and pass the scope. I went over too long. Is it right for the next? Exactly. You can't do that. And some people don't understand that subconsciously you make people pay for the mistakes of your ex, and you can't. You cannot do that. Oh, it was your very first. Them the worst ones. But guess what? I hate to be the one to break it to you. It might not get easier, but you grow as a result of it. You gonna always get better with every relationship. You can't you can't don't stop it. Don't stop the process. Don't stop dating. Don't stop loving. Don't stop putting yourself in a position um to receive what you deserve. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay your dues. It's very rare that people end up with the love of their life the first time around. And if they do, guess what? Them people are married for 20, 30, 40 something odd years, and they probably not fucking, they not talking, they not traveling, they not kicking it, they not doing none of that. Me and my man are the best of friends, but that's because I learned how to be a friend, because I wasn't a friend with them other niggas that I was in a relationship with. You feel me? So you can't you can't tap out, boo. You only 28. You can't tap out. All right. So that's it for me. Keep on hardening up the screen for my replay viewers. I want to say thank you all so much for tuning in. Team Scope Money, we are passing the scope. We are scoping consistently for 31 days. Felicia is next. She is going to help you get your finances in order, your credit in order. She going to help you get your life financially. You understand me? If you are not supporting Team Scope Money, you are missing out big time. We have something for everything that you need, whether it's your personal life or your professional life. You're trying to start a business, trying to retain customers in your business, you're trying to increase your revenue, you're trying to get your dreams in order, trying to get your family in order, trying to get your emotions in order. We got something for everybody. Okay, so thanks, boo. So I just want to make sure that you know I have a free webinar on Monday. You absolutely don't want to miss it. You want to click the link in my bio and register. It's absolutely free. It is for emotional credit. It's the emotional credit series. So make sure that you join or tell a friend. But I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Y'all be good. I've been through a lot in my personal life. Email me. You want to email me? You can email me. It's contact@dncmediation.com, or send me a DM on Instagram. Okay, send me a DM on Instagram. It's DeFazier and Co. All right, I want to talk to you, Queen Adrian. Send me a DM. D and ANDC mediation.com. I'm sorry, BB. Thank you, boo. Yes, ma'am, Samantha. Is it Samantha Isaac? Yeah, Adrian, send me a DM, babe. Go ahead, Samantha. Adrian, send me a DM on Instagram so I can talk to you. I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody had a question. That's why I'm holding on. Yeah, Felicia is next. Okay, so make sure that you hit the link in my bio so you can register for the free e-course. Communication, but anything to do with his other children is different. Send me a DM on Instagram, babe, because I got to pass the scope. Make sure that you, can you send me a DM or email me? Because I want to talk to you too. Or you can follow me in Felicia's scope and we can talk there. Follow me, Adrian. Follow me over to Felicia's scope. And God, I forgot what was the other name. Jesus, fix it. Follow me over to Felicia's scope so we can talk. All right. Okay, y'all. I got to get out of here. Bye.